Hey, it's time for my Blu-ray pickups for the month of July. That's right. July is over. We're into August. This is what I got in terms of Blu-rays. It was all stuff I ordered technically online. First up is my purchases from Mr. Ron Bonk, because I had to get them. Now, when they were first released, I did not get Gorotica and Gore Whore. I did not have the money, so when I saw that he was sort of re-releasing those two titles in a 3 or 4 pack, along with essentially completing the trilogy, the Gore trilogy, and then there was also the addition of a 4th title should you want it. There was a bundle with 3 or 4, either the trilogy or another title. So I went with 4. Obviously, I'm gonna, put as much into it and make the best out of it. Get, most bang for my buck. Reduce the shipping costs and such. So what did I get? Obviously, Gorotica. And expect, unboxings of these eventually in the future. Gore Whore. Now, I think the only differences between... I could be wrong, I'd have to check. But these were the two that were released previously. Now, I didn't get posters with them. If you ordered them originally, you would have gotten posters, which was too bad, because those are pretty cool images. It's essentially the cover that you get as the poster. Then the third one in the... and a kind of change in terms of cover design. Gorgasm. And then finally, Dead Silence. Not the new Dead Silence, an old Dead Silence. And because I got those right away, pre-ordered them and such, I got the equivalent posters. So there's the Gorgasm one. Awesome. And this is, I'm guessing, Dead Silence. Yes, Dead Silence. So, got all that from Sub Rosa, aka Ron Bonk. As we all know, he's famous for getting BDRs out to you. So, yeah, official BDR releases, and we're starting to see it more and more, even from big companies. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I was supporting Ron for these. You know what? I'll probably end up getting DVDs of these, because I do know that he has released pressed DVDs for most of the stuff. Well, not most of the stuff, but a lot of the stuff that's he's put out on these BDRs. So, honestly, I prefer a pressed release. It is more stable. It will last longer, but I will take the Blu-rays, while I can. I guess there's a slight uptick in quality, even though they're VHS, but, I've never compared side by side, so I wouldn't know. Another thing I got, this package here is from Seaver. Now, the name Seaver, we just did Ron Bonk and Sub Rosa. The name Seaver should ring some bells if you're into the uber low budget productions. And Midnight Kids Productions on Facebook had posted something, and I'm pretty sure it was Chris Seaver himself, stating, he's making his last film, and he had a few copies of a couple movies on Blu-ray that he was looking to dish off to help raise the money. I think he's already done the Kickstarter thing and all that kind of stuff, and he didn't raise quite enough, so he's trying to get rid of stock and such. At least that's what I had thought was happening. I'm not so sure now that I've gotten these, but yeah, because he had posted before, and he had essentially his entire catalog of all the movies he's ever done, you know, the DVDs and all that kind of stuff that you could buy from him if you wanted to, before he essentially closed up shop in that regard. Essentially, it seems like he's kind of getting out of the biz. And I don't blame him. A lot of his stuff is terrible. But it is what it is. And he has his fans, right? So I figured, you know what? I'll help you out. I want to get these on Blu-ray. So I went in, and I think they were worked out to be about $30 a piece. You know, that's with the shipping and the exchange and all that kind of stuff. So first off, I figured, you know what? I want to see. I have not seen either of these movies. I'll get the Blu-ray. This will be awesome. Death O'Lantern and Death O'Lantern 2. Midnight Kid Productions. But you look at it and you go, huh, alright. Oh. Now, I'm pretty sure he did release this on Blu-ray. Was it just a BDR? I don't know. Was it professionally done? I don't know. This is just a print off of his, like a computer, and then cut. It's not very well cut. It's not very well printed. And then, as you can see, that's I don't know. Like, I get it that I was buying his copies. So this is what he had. And if I wasn't doing it to sort of help the person out, I'm a little ticked as it is, because I thought I was getting official releases, but, you know, I don't know. Does anybody have this on Blu-ray? Is it pressed? Is it a BDR? Is it like high quality glossy paper? What's going on there? Is the disc just written on like that? I don't know. You tell me. Because the other thing I also picked up was Evil Knight, and this is his last release, so I figured, hey, I mean, he had it was part of his campaign for funding this film. This is Warlock Home Video 2014, and I was pretty sure, you know, you got DVDs and Blu-rays was part of the perks, but, you know, I open it up, and it's, again, same type of thing, except this one at least has some disc art, so, you know, it's a BDR. It's just a homemade, you know, inkjet printer type stuff. So, yeah, again, cool. I'll be able to watch the movies, but at $30 each, I don't know. I don't know if it was really worth it. So yeah, let me know. Has anybody else picked these titles up? You know, comment down below, because I need to know what was going on with those, or did you get the same type of things? Who knows? But as a bonus, stickers, Warlock Home Video stickers. So awesome. Does that make up for it? I don't know. Finally, I decided to take advantage of Shout Factory, Scream Factory, summer sale thingamadoogie. I didn't buy it while it was going along, and you know, things were coming and going. And when they posted everything's available again, I jumped on it, because that way I could get everything I wanted all in one go. So what did I do? Well, like everybody else, I picked up all the cheap ones. So, Blood-Sucking Bastards, The Hallow, which I kind of enjoy, some Takashi Miike with Over Your Dead Body, Hellions, Zombie Fight Club, and then Curse and Curse 2, which is awesome. And then I also got this package here from them, because I also ordered Vincent Price Collection 3. And amazingly enough, I got the poster too. So that's cool. So lots of posters in this update. You know, I don't normally have a lot of posters going on, but hey, whatever. If you're into posters, you're into posters, right? So, yeah, I don't have Vincent Price Volume 1 or 2. I missed out on that. You know, honestly, I hate when something gets, you know, thrown into the out of print section when I literally had no funds whatsoever. I could not get it, and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I was like, like I was like this far from like maxing out every piece of available funds I had, and I was willing to do it if I could find it somewhere, you know, that I could afford, reasonably afford, but it just didn't work out, so I never got it, so I didn't really feel like getting number 2, but you know what, I figured, you know what, I'm gonna drop the bomb on 3, get the decent price on it, throw it all together, get the better shipping price, and I think it was free shipping actually, and yeah, take advantage of that while I can, even though our exchange rate sucks. So essentially these work out to, I think because they were so cheap for those independent titles that they put out, that it works out to be about, on average, about $10 to $12 per release, with the exchange rate, which is okay. I'm okay with paying that on average for anything from Scream Factory, right? So yeah, there you go. That is my July pickups. Lots of variety of stuff there, you know, Sub Rosa, Warlock Home Video, Scream Factory, and a lot more than normal, right? So normally it's 1 to 5, maybe up a little bit more than that, but usually that's about it. This time, yeah, I think it was over 10. Yeah, over 10 titles. Woo-wee! So, July, big spender this month. I don't know why, but I had the money, so I went for it. And as I was going for it, there were all these other deals popping up, but I had to restrict myself. I had to hold back. Honestly, I could have spent another $300 out there. There was deals everywhere. July is one of those months, right? So, anyways, let me know, especially about those Warlock releases from Chris Seaver and Midnight Kids Productions. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I was helping out, getting some money towards this new film, I kind of would have been pissed. As it is, I'm only slightly ticked. Yeah. Anyways, till next video, take care. Have a good one.